Now we are on Lightroom Classic and I want to remove the spots which are here due to dust spots on the lens or maybe on the filter, which are, although I try to avoid them, but they do come. So firstly, I've done all the editing and then I go to the remove tool, which is here. So the way I work on it is select this mode, which is remove, use generative AI, visualize spots, and then the brush size I make it smaller or bigger, and then I keep on selecting all this all the spots here which I want to get rid of, and I'll do the selection of all of them. The light ones might not be visible, but this photo has a lot of spots, like you can see. I think more than 50 spots. It's going to take a bit of time to do the editing, but I'll select all of them so they're all done in one go. Then I show you before and after. Um, I've selected most of them. Some of them might not be visible in the visualize spot mode, so you have to go based on the real photos. I've done the selection. There's some in the water. I'll select those as well. These ones are hard to pick, but normally they look like, they have a round sort of a spot. Even these dark ones are spots, but I think this is not dust spots. This software picks up any of the spots, like could be bird or hot air balloon. So it's not ideal for removing blindly, but first, yeah, I think this is a scuff mark as well. Some are very much obvious. I've selected this and then I click on subtract and then I click remove. And then removing area using AI. So there are two modes, add and subtract. If you select add, it's going to replace it with another another, like an overlay based on the selection, and subtract will going to delete it. I've tried both, add and subtract both work well, but in this case we're removing the spots, so I've selected remove option. Let's see how it works, but yeah, and I think it works well with subtract better than adding. It's going to take a bit of time to get the job done, so let's wait for that. And next step, once it is done, I will see how it looks. And coming back to the spots, so I use a long exposure ND filter on top of the lens. Sometimes it's even stacked with two filters. So there could be a scuff mark on the lens, and then you mount the filter. Although you have cleaned the filter, it's very hard to see those spots until you have taken the photo, and especially when you bring it back on the laptop, these dust spots are hardly visible on the lens in most cases. Also, sometimes the dust can be due to the camera sensor that also attracts a lot of dust if you're not changing or cleaning it while, when you're moving to a different lens. Also, the back of lens can have dust spots. So there are so many places hamper, which can get affected. So based on my ideally, you should clean the lens so it's avoidable. It's not there, but in some cases, you end up having them irrespective. And some of them are not even visible to the naked eye until you run the visualize spots in Lightroom. This is what, yeah, so I think the AI feature is pretty new. It works better than just by visualizing and removing it. Previously, I used to use Photoshop, which used to be good as well. But I think doing everything in Lightroom makes it far more easier. And yeah, I'm just making a bit of recording to show you how I use this. Although it's slow, I hope it gets faster in the future through an update. But for now, yeah, you can just you can just step up, get a coffee, have water, go to the toilet, maybe, I'm not sure. Uh, Almost done. And I want to see how it looks. For that, we have to wait a bit more. Yeah, I've done it on all the photos in my Lightroom catalog. So I've tried different options, like adding and subtracting. Uh, and I think subtracting works really good. So when I click on this, there, the whole photo is cleaned up. I'll just show you before and after. So on the left is before, where you see all the spots, and on right, it's without the spots. Let's see if there's any more spots which are visible. So you don't have to remove it using the visualize spots. You can also remove them like this one. This is not a spot, but it is something which is lying in the water. But I can still remove it. I draw this and subtract, and then I click remove. So it should be a lot faster. You can remove those sort of things. Also, there's something in the water here. Yeah, it could be a grass, something. And yeah, that's removed. So that does a pretty good job. That's what I wanted to share, and hope this helps you.